Today, we're going to recap the weekend, talk the me guy of the week, and let's please cash a squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. Disney adults scare the shit out of me. They need to be put on a list. Look, you go on a family trip to Disney every once in a while, once a year, sure. As long as you're not rocking the Mickey Mouse ears and you don't got the satchel with the pins, we're okay.
All got those, dude.
Yo, Rav, you buying back in? He says he thinks he's buying back in, which means fades.
Wow.
The Steelers. Again, this system is 100% profitable. Those do not grow on trees, folks. So if you want to get involved, all you got to do is fade a Steelers fan. Find a Steelers fan, number one. Number two, fade them. Cereal is one of the fakest sharp foods you can eat. Big Breakfast has forced cereal down our throats for years, and I'm on to it. If you don't see me on this show tomorrow, you know who did it. It's Big Breakfast. Chat, happy BTL Monday, episode 837 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by SeatGeek. Jovan, quick question for you, a layup. You're buying tickets to go to any games this year. Where are you buying your tickets?
Of course I'm going to SeatGeek, Krabs.
Easiest question on planet Earth.
Easiest question to be on.
If you're not using SeatGeek, grow up. Figure it out. Use SeatGeek today. Use promo code Bookit10. Get a 10% discount on your future purchases over there on SeatGeek. SeatGeek. If you're not using it to buy your tickets, you're living under a rock. You're literally Patrick Starr. You're living in the Stone Age. Figure it out. SeatGeek, WBTL, WChat, WJovan, WGoots, L Krabs for the weekend I had. Ice cold.
Me too.
Right now on the books. Ice cold. Can't buy one. Let's hope that changes tonight. You know, the effort's going to be there. The desire's going to be there. The heart's going to be there. But the winners were not there this weekend. So let's go ahead and get these recaps out of the way because they were absolutely horrendous. Squad ride. That's on me and Jovan. That was a terrible play.
The repulse.
You made a list of all the worst plays ever taken. Oregon should be brought up in the conversation.
Probably up there, yeah. BTA. Belt to ass, as the kids like to say these days. That one got ugly early. At least it was over. You knew it was pretty over from the start. From the first play.
Yeah, honestly, it was over from legitimately the first play. So don't know why we bought into Dante Moore. We've been saying he's terrible the entire season. We've been saying he's terrible forever. But that line was just too good looking. We fell for the bait. L. Fade in Indiana is a death wish. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. And that me guy team. Let's go ahead and look at the Sharp report. Not great. Not great, folks. 3-2 from me. Jovan, 0-5. Wow.
Got hooked. Pretty close. Close to a good day. Only missed by a bet.
Toledo was worst bet of the millennium. Miami of Ohio could beat an NBA team. They could legitimately beat the Wizards.
They might. They might need to get called up to the NBA.
Miami of Ohio is incredible. If you guys haven't watched them play basketball, there's something. Are they still undefeated? I'm assuming they are.
Yeah. I feel like we would have known if they.
Pretty sure they won over the weekend. So let's honestly look into that. I'm assuming they probably won by 50 points in their last game. So let me go and check the Carfax here. Yep, 17-0. They win with ease. They have the best team ever assembled, and they just beat. Toledo was their last game. Okay, they have not played since.
Yeah.
17-0. Are you kidding me?
What is that schedule?
Goodness gracious. Not a team you want to be fading in the Big 2-6.
Oh boy,
that's for sure. That's for sure. We got any goats lurking in the Twitch? Let me know. Let me know. Tyler Johnson has not been a great start for the Sharps in the Big 2-6. You are certainly right. So don't give up. Don't ever give up. Ron, that's crazy. Charlie Bertrand going to the chaos. What a move. We got Dom Smooth get involved here with a 45 stream streak. My goodness. Holy smokes.
Big 4-5.
W Dom Smooth. We appreciate you, Goat. You're him. As Goots would like to say, himmy. Okay. Let's go ahead and recap the weekend preview. Probably the worst weekend preview we've ever done.
No way, Goots. Check the Steelers already.
I didn't.
Okay.
But that's free. So, yeah, check
Pending.
Okay, that should work. Just horrendous, honestly, embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. But look, you have two options in life. You could keel over, you could die, you could hide. We could have canceled BTL today. We could have not done anything, not showed up today. We could not show up on Sweats. That's something we are not going to do. That's something you never got to worry about with us. So win or lose, we're going to be here no matter what. Okay, and after a bad weekend, horrendous weekend, maybe the worst weekend ever, we're not giving up. We didn't hear no bell. We're bouncing back tonight. Fresh week. Let's start the Monday off with a bang.
Let's do that.
Okay, only option we have after just an embarrassing weekend betting-wise. The squares weren't hitting. Hit a couple. Shout out your Herbert square. That one hit. But besides that, I mean, just cake left and right. So too much cake for me. I'm out. And before we dive into the winners for today, I want to get a pulse check here on the chat. How we doing? We got Sade coming in with a 5-unit whale. W Sades. Appreciate you, Beast. Appreciate you, Beast. W Sade, 5-unit whale. Love that from you, Sade.
W Sade.
Sade, I'm assuming you hit some lineups this weekend. I'm assuming you hit some bets because you are sneakily one of the sharpest people in this community. So, Sade, you're him. Not only are you a GOAT, nice guy, you're very generous, and definitely the top donator in the stream. Nobody's surpassing you there. You're also sharp as a tack. So, Sade, we appreciate you, Beast. Hope you had a great weekend and hope you're having a decent start to your Monday. We are going to do King of the Board this week. Okay, we forgot about that last week. That's on me. So we're going to run that back this week. Yeah, that's about it. Jordan Dunn coming in with a 10-stream streak. Go Pats. I bet. Honestly, I thought the chirps would be worse today. I thought they'd be worse. Maybe people are starting to feel bad. That's how you know your plays are dog shit. And people actually feel bad for you. So the chirps could be worse. I'll say it.
It's all
Vibes are up.
All just fans.
Vibes are up. Yep. WBTL chat. Appreciate you guys in the YouTube and the Twitch. YouTube goats. I see you guys lurking. We got Bands. We got Ralphie. We got Syrup Sap. We got Darren Haynes and in between the pipes as well. Appreciate you guys in the YouTube. It's not just the Twitch, but appreciate both you goats equally. So, yeah, great question, Rito. Are there people actually out there that enjoy eating the crunchy part of the lettuce? Not me. Not me. You ever get a salad and they got those weird ass big pieces like the stems of the lettuce? Why do they put those in there? Just straight filler. That part is moose knuck. If I wanted a potato chip, I'd go grab a Pringle. I don't need a crunch on a piece of lettuce. Just an absolute dog shit piece of the lettuce. And it's honestly kind of a handout from Big Salad. Putting that in as filler, helping weigh that bag a little heavier. So just an absolute dog shit piece of the salad. Yeah, great point. Thanks for bringing that up again. Jote, what's up, Beast? Krabs has to live stream Blazing Wings challenge if Texans lose. Chote, you have to Venmo me $1,000 if they win. Deal? Cool. Tinlin Tutan getting involved here. 1 month tier. Tinlin Tutan, good to see you, Beast. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well, my man. Assuming your wife had all the right picks over the weekend. We certainly did not. So, W Tinlin Tutan, hope you're doing well, boss. What else is going on, chat? I had Chipotle for the first time in a week yesterday, and it was orgasmic. Had a moment. It was incredible. Chipotle is actually goated when people aren't telling you it's ratchet to your face every day and when you don't have it every day. So I enjoyed that yesterday. W cheat meal. Yeah. The worst is when you get those in your Chipotle, Brinks Picks is saying, the lettuce pieces. Yeah, that's why sometimes I don't even get the lettuce. Right? Sometimes you just keep the lettuce to the side and dive right in. So W Tinlin 210, I mucked a burrito yesterday. It was actually the difference. It got me through the day after losing pretty much every wager besides that under on the slate yesterday. So enough of me yapping. Jovan, you got anything else to recap from the weekend? Anything else to talk about from the weekends?
Not too much. I mean, we're on pretty much all the same plays.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Same ratchet as you.
Yeah.
But maybe the all commies fit could be the difference going into the week.
Yep. I showed up today making a statement. Sneak. I got the Lulu pants on. I got the Commandos ones on.
I didn't even see the commies ones, dude.
I got full Mando fit on today, folks. I'm not messing around. I got my new Peter Millar Commanders polo that I got for Christmas. Maybe my favorite shirts. I got my OG Commanders hat on. If there's one way to break a cold streak, it'd show up in a full Commanders fit. You can't say I don't want it. You cannot say I don't want it. So, W's.
What time you get here this morning?
Got here at 8:30.
I mean, you're at the very least at 8 a.m. Lace it up, commies hat, commies polo, commies ones.
Full fit.
On a Monday morning.
Full fit. Trying to make a statement here.
My God.
Trying to make a statement here. All right, chat. Enough yapping. I feel like we usually talk about the weekend's plays, but do we really need to go over that again? It's just going to make me pissed off. You guys probably saw me crash out about the Packers. Yeah, I was pretty pissed off. It wasn't even just about the money. It was just about how stupid they were being. And I'm tired of seeing stupidity in the Big 2-6. These guys are paid millions of dollars. If we can notice stuff sitting our fat asses on the couch, how are they not making adjustments? And how do they not see it? Might as well be me and Goots and Jovan up there.
Might as well.
Goots head coach. I'll be the DC. Jovan, you can be the OC. And you'd have the same shot that LaFleur and co had over the weekend. So a lot of quail shit plays. You know it's a pretty square weekend when Trent ends up positive on the straight bet. So have not seen the full recap, but I'm assuming he went positive on the Pikkit plan because he had a pretty good weekend.
I think so.
Shout out Trent.
3-2, I think.
Shout out Trent. I think he went 3-2 on NFL. Yeah, pretty good weekend from him. So shout out Trent. And shout out Trent for breaking the Guinness Book of World Records most views on an article. W. Trent, you're him. Hope you keep pumping those puppies out. Tinlin 210 getting involved on a 5 subby here coming in from Tinlin 210. We appreciate you, Beast. W, the one and only Casper. How about this? A 95 stream streak. You ever seen a 95 stream streak?
Yeah, I have not seen that.
Smokes.
Shout out Casper.
Are we about to see triple digits?
About to be
From
triple
the one and only
digits if he's
Casper? Are you
locked
kidding
in.
me? Goodness gracious. That is absurd. Wow. W Tinlin 210. Appreciate the subbies. And W Stream Streaks. W Boston Sports Store coming in 1 month of 2 years is crazy, he says.
1 month off of.
I don't know what that means, Boston
4
Sports
years?
Store, but you're probably still drunk from the Patriots game last night. You get a pass.
As you should.
You get a pass. Drake May's him. Goodness gracious. He can play. He can huck it. Very, very impressive. Very impressive.
Worst part about that game is he didn't even do shit.
He did enough.
He was like 6 for 17 with 90 yards at halftime.
Did it with his legs.
Just they had no way. Yeah,
he made plays where it mattered. He might not have filled up the stat sheet, but he got a win.
I know. All he had to do was make the one play of the touchdown pass because that's the only one they did all game.
Sure. I mean, the Patriots defense won the
Chargers offense was pitiful.
Chargers offense was terrible. Nobody could get open. Their O-line was just rat meat. And yeah, Herbert did not have any help. That's for sure. So enough yapping about the weekends. I want to spend some time on the slate today talking NHL, NBA, college basketball, NFL.
You really going to let the Eagles escape, Krabs?
Do I deserve to talk my shit?
Yeah. I mean, it's not even your shit. It's just the Eagles shit.
Here's my problem is that when I give a take, and it's usually not a normal one you hear every day, right? I'm not opposed to giving my own opinions and having a contrarian take or angle, right? Once that take comes true, which it does more often than not, to be honest with you, it's no fun for me anymore. Once it comes true, once it comes to life, perfect example is Colorado, right? I was fading Colorado before, before sliced bread was invented, legitimately. I've been fading Colorado for years, right? I was first one on that train. And I looked like a fool for a couple of years, but now look at them. I mean, they're an absolute joke. They're falling apart. At some point, Deion's going to get canned or leave or retire or whatever. And it's not fun anymore. Once everybody can see it, once it's a public take, it's not as fun anymore for me. I don't know what's wrong with my brain or what's not connected, but it's not as fun anymore when you guys realize what I've been saying is true after a couple of years. So perfect example, again, the Eagles. I've been screaming from the mountaintops the Eagles are frauds for 5 years. Last year was an anomaly. Last year's team could have beaten an all-star team from the past decade in the Super Bowl. They were never losing. They were cohesive. They had a great OC. And Jalen Hurts looked sharper, to say the least. Their defense was a little bit better. Their O-line was better as well. They had a couple guys retire. And that Super Bowl team was unbelievable. I'll give them that. But you take that year out, the last 5 years, this Eagles team has been lucky, overrated, horrid product to watch. I'm going to talk about the eye test. Goodness gracious. That team was a hard watch this past season. I cannot believe they snuck into the playoffs and won the division. Goes to show you how bad the NFC East was this season. So everyone else can see it, right? You guys can now see what I've been yapping about for years. It's not as fun for me anymore, right? I should be standing on business, toot my horn, talking about how I was right, everybody else was wrong. Not fun for me. I like getting out ahead of the curve. Once it actually becomes reality, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm moving on. I'm moving on to the next crazy fade.
It was like the carbon copy of whatever year that was, 2 years ago. They were undefeated for a
the
while.
year before the bowl.
Yeah, they lost to the Bucks. Kyle Baker, he beat the shit out of them in the playoffs in that wild card round. It's like they try to tell us that the Eagles were so different from what they were on the field for the end of that season.
Yeah.
And then they weren't in the playoffs.
Yep.
And then it was the same thing this year.
Yep. Jalen Hurts is a horrendous quarterback. You could talk about his receivers having drops. I mean, A.J. Brown is such a me guy.
Me guy of the year.
Such a me guy. Just a bad guy. Scumbag. Bad guy. If you can't realize that, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, nobody else really stepped up for that team besides Dallas Goedert. Saquon has taken a step back. He's more worried about his documentary on Amazon Prime than he is playing this season after he won a Super Bowl. He's checked out. He's done. He couldn't give two less of a shit after he won a bowl, right? I mean, you could tell he's just lost a step. Their defense took a step back. They weren't bad, but they took a step back this year compared to last year when they were one of the best units in
they just
the
NFL. They needed to be superhuman to keep that offense in games.
Their OC they hired is terrible. They brought in a friend of Sirianni, and he's dog shit. He's canned. I mean, he runs curl routes on every play, and then they run 4 verts on the others. So I don't know what the Eagles were doing. They didn't have any chance from the start with their OC. But can we talk about Jalen Hurts for a second? He is a horrendous quarterback.
That's the thing about
horrendous quarterback.
The OC problems. I don't know if people realize when you're an offensive coordinator, you have to there's certain things you can't call when your quarterback can't throw the fucking ball. Play calling was horrid. There's a lot of hitch routes, a lot of comebacks, a lot of slants. That's because that's all he can fucking throw at this point in the season and in his career at this point. He ain't throwing the ball down the field.
No.
He can't. He physically can't. Play calling's bad, but Jalen Hurts' capabilities makes it worse.
Yep. Horrendous quarterback, and now he can't even run. You take his legs away from him. What is he good for? Right? In years past, he was able to get away with it a little bit, scramble, bulldoze. He doesn't even run anymore.
No, I just don't get it. And
horrendous quarterback.
He's done it before is a horrible take, too. They say, he did it in the Super Bowl. That's not the same year. You know who else has thrown the ball down the field before and run? Lamar's done it before. What did he do?
Goes back to the Ravens, huh?
I mean, it's just an example of this year is different from the last.
Right.
Past year. Even I'll do it myself. Fucking Baker could throw the ball down the field last year.
Yeah.
It's different years.
Yep.
Baker was horrible this year.
Adjustments are made in the offseason. Film is watched. Coaches get paid a lot of money to figure out how to slow these guys down. And once they do, it's on the QB to make adjustments, just like in baseball. You can't throw the same pitches every year. Eventually, these guys are so good. They got so many analytics, so much film, so much coaching. You figure out how to crack the code. You got to change your repertoire every once in a while. You got to adjust. You got to make changes. And Jalen Hurts is the same dog shit dual threat QB. Now he can't even run. He's never been able to throw. He got away with a couple lucky deep balls in the last couple of years. Where was that this year? They can't even take those shots. Because number one, the receivers drop the ball right in their hands. Or number two, the ball is 10 feet over the guy's head. And he can't even run. That was the best part of his game. Jalen Hurts is going to go down as the worst Super Bowl champion quarterback in NFL history. Terrible. Terrible.
One of the better deep ball throwers. His take is laughable. Is the dumbest comment I've ever read.
They're lucky they have Howie Roseman as their GM. They're lucky. Without Howie, this team is nothing. Their roster is dog shit. Sirianni is a me guy. Speaking of me guys, that's way too much time talking about a rat shit franchise in a rat shit city. Jovan, you mind if I keep bitching?
I would love that.
Dude, so we got a second here? It's been a while. Do me a favor. Run that shit. I'm trying to get pissed. New segment every Monday. We're going to call it Me Guy Mondays. We're going to talk about the biggest me guy of the last week. I already wrote an article about this puppy this morning. If you have not checked it out, go check it out. We'll drop the link in the chat. Probably want to wait till after the segment, though, because I got something to say. Me guy move of the week. You can make an argument. You know, A.J. Brown's up there. You can make an argument A.J. Brown's the me guy of the week every week.
Yeah, I feel like he's disqualified because he's it every week.
That's too square of a pick, right? He's an honorable mention. Aaron Judge, honorable mention. Okay, he's a me guy every week. Did he do anything this week? No. Still a me guy. The me guy of the week. And by the way, I'm talking about from last Monday to last night. Okay, that's the cutoff. 1 week span. We're going to do this every Monday. Me guy Mondays. Because people need to be held accountable in the Big 2-6, and I'm here to do it. All right? Fernando Mendoza. Fernando Mendoza is the me guy of the week, and let me tell you why. Don't get me wrong, what a year. Heisman, incredible season, undefeated. They haven't lost in forever. Great team, great QB, great guy. He's Kirk Cousins 2.0. Seems like a nice kid, right? We don't know behind closed doors, but seems like a good dude, right? Overall, seems like a nice kid, says the right things. Leader, right? Go ahead and add me guy to the list. Fernando Mendoza is the me guy of the week. Congratulations, Fernando. Not only are you going to the national championship, but you are now the me guy of the week. Okay, if I had a crown, I'd give it to you. Fernando Mendoza. You don't want to let your little bro get a singular rep in a game you're up 35 points in? Look, it's one thing if you want to pad stats during the regular season to win the Heisman. Brother, you got that locked up already in the bag. It's one thing if it's the last game of the season. You don't have something else to look forward to or prepare for. You don't have another game on the schedule to stay healthy for. Wait a second, Jovan. They have a national championship coming up. Why is Fernando Mendoza taking snaps at the end of that football game? It makes 0 sense. I don't get it. To make matters worse, if I was the backup QB, I'd be pissed, right? Because you get some airtime in the time of the transfer portal. That's huge. You get time on national TV. Jovan, it's his brother who's the backup QB. They showed his parents on TV 10 times and his little bro. You don't think they want to see little bro hop in that game? Are you kidding me? What a me guy move. The ultimate me guy move is not letting your brother go in there and even knee the football out. The commentators were talking about it. They were panning to the sidelines of them dapping each other up. Everyone's talking about it. Oh, they're going to put in little bro here. They're going to put in Alberto. Give him some reps. Didn't sniff the field. Why risk injury putting your star quarterback out there? God forbid he got hurt on those last couple drives. What are you stat padding for? Your stock is already at an all-time high. You're minus 1,200 to go number 1 overall in the NFL draft. What more do you have to prove? Let your little brother get some reps. The ultimate me guy move. Jovan, it'd be one thing if Alberto was starting next year under center for Indiana, right? He's only a freshman. He's got plenty of time. Nope.
He ain't sniffing the field.
He ain't even sniffing it. He's going to be in the portal come next Tuesday. Josh Hoover, they just brought in to be the QB under center next year. Wouldn't you think, if you're a team player, you'd want to let your little brother get some reps, maybe get some TV time so he can hit the portal and maybe go somewhere and play next year? He's certainly not playing this year. Unbelievable. It's his little brother.
Little bro on the field.
The ultimate me guy move. If you disagree, you're wrong. Congratulations, Fernando Mendoza. Not only are you going to the national championship, you've also won me guy of the week. Let's clap it up for Fernando Mendoza here, folks. Let's clap it up. Unbelievable me guy move. If you disagree, you're wrong. There's the door. See your way out. Who's trying to come in? Trent, he wants to come in and talk his shit?
No. Rav was handing me something. We're good.
Okay. All right. Awesome. You guys agree? You disagree? Don't really care. I'm right. You guys are wrong. Let's move on. Jovan, you ready for the Shark Report for today?
So ready.
Let's rip it. Let's talk about some winners. Let's bounce back. Let's see some green after a quail shit weekend. Look, guys, it happens. You can't win them all. If you could, we certainly wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys respectfully. So sometimes you have a moose shit weekend. Sometimes you sweep. We had a terrible, terrible weekend. Reset buttons being hit. Boom. Easy buttons being hit. We're locking back in on a Monday. And it starts tonight with maybe one of the worst slates of the century.
Horse meat slate.
At least we have NFL. Can't complain too much. We got a playoff game.
For sure.
But that's obviously on paper the most quail meat game of the wild card, right? Let's dive into it. Jovan, I have maybe the nastiest play of the century.
My God.
Yep. South Carolina State plays basketball today. A lot of you guys probably don't know that, right? Why would you? Be kind of weird if you did. They play Coppin State, a team that I used to share a baseball field with in high school. They were so bad.
No.
We shared a field, a stadium, Joe Cannon Stadium. Shout out Joe Cannon back in Maryland. We shared a field. We shared a stadium, a locker room with these guys. That's how dog shit their program is. And Jovan, they actually have one more win than South Carolina State. They're 3-16 compared to South Carolina State, who is 2-15. So, yeah, pretty embarrassing to be worse than Coppin State. And although I love to root for Coppin State, the Maryland school here, I simply can't because money is green. And I found a winner for you guys in this game back in the South Carolina State Bulldogs, who opened up a favorite on the roads. The worst team in college basketball opens up a favorite on the road against an equally atrocious team. Coppin State should be laying a couple here. Should at least be a pick 'em. The fact that the Bulldogs are favorites against anybody in the Big 2-6, dude, this team is on a different level of dog shit. Coppin State at least won a game recently against Delaware State outright as plus 9.5 dogs. What do the books know? Well, they probably know that the Bulldogs are getting it done tonight. I'd love to sit up here and say, oh, the Bulldogs, South Carolina State, they got a couple studs on their team that are going to carry the weight. They don't. I'll be honest with you guys, they don't. They have a couple decent players who average a little bit more than 10 points per game. They got this kid, Jalen Johnson, sophomore, 6'1" from Brooklyn. He averages 12 points per game. He's probably the best player on their team. They also have Owen Bronson Jr., the junior, who's at his first year here, coming over from D2. So they got a couple guys who can at least play a little bit. And I'm still trying to figure out why this team is a favorite on the road against a team with a better record, a team that's rated better in the KenPom. I don't understand what's going on here. Obviously can't find anything injury-wise. Pretty weird looking line, and I won in. Give me the South Carolina State Bulldogs on the ML. They win on the road. They hand Coppin State another L.
Here I was thinking that Mississippi Valley State was probably the worst game of the night.
Nope.
This
one takes the cake.
Yeah.
They are 5-31 combined.
I mean, that's actually just. I mean, good Lord.
This game is on ESPN Plus tonight. You guys can watch it. You can sweat it out with me.
This game should be on Nicktoons.
Dubs.
Put this on Disney XD.
All right. What do you got, Jovan? I'm assuming you have some plays that are equally as gross.
Kind of. I mean, double shutout system. Haven't had that in eons. This one doesn't involve the Rangers, thank God, which is the only loss in a while that I can think of off top. They missed by like half a goal on theirs, and that was when they're in the middle of their like super dog shit streak.
Yep.
This one's a little different because the Habs offense is actually respectable. I mean, the Canucks defense has also been god-awful, plus they're starting an AHL goalie. They also just called up, so I know that probably doesn't tickle your fancy too much because it does make a little bit of sense. But coming off a shutout, I mean, they're just going to blitz the Nucks defense and put a bunch of shots on the net, especially against a goalie that does not have very much NHL experience. I think there's a couple guys that can do it that we can talk about when we get to squares. But I think this is the perfect game for it, especially because both these teams, like, it's more of like when the Rangers were involved, it was kind of a trend that their offense was just horrible. There wasn't really much changing. They weren't putting much on the net. These two teams, like, again, Canucks defensively have already been horrible. The Habs offensively have been god-awful. But when they get into these type of games, and by them I mean the Canucks, they get super aggressive and open it up, and you know you're going to have to with a guy that you probably want to get some cushion for. And his first NHL start in a while. I think he has like 5 or 6 starts under his belt. But you're going to have to open it up in this. This one's going to get exciting. Plus, it's one of the very few times, I guess, that you get a double shutout. That's a 6.5 total instead of like a 5.5, 6.
Oh.
So, again, makes sense because of the Habs especially involved, but it's a little different. So, we're getting goals.
Yeah, the under was extremely juicy. Now we're seeing it minus 120. The under, the over is actually catching steam in this game. So, good sign. High total for a game with both teams coming off of some shutouts. I like it. I won in. I'm sure you've seen the goals a lot, Square. Not like that's moving needle.
Yeah. I mean, that
Dose is coming off of giving up 5 goals.
Those have been the anti-sharp for a while.
You're right.
But I also think it could very easily be like 6-2 Habs.
Okay. All right. W play, W system from Jovan. If you guys aren't hip to Jovan's hockey system overs, coming off some bagels. Knock on wood, don't want to jinx it, but he's typically pretty sharp with these puppies, so keep that in mind. W over on the ice from Jovan. Swing it back around, Goots. I got an NBA play I like for tonight. NBA plays have been red hot this year. Nobody's talking about it. I'm not talking about it. It's probably my own fault. But the NBA plays have been pretty good. Knock on woods. I got another one for you guys today. My favorite sleeper team. My favorite underrated squad. I said before the season this team would be better than people expect. What do you know? The Sixers are hanging in there. Now, they got some fossils on their team. Paul George is hurt. He sat out last night. Joel Embiid, I mean, they're always resting him on back-to-backs, at least one of the 2 games, right? I mean, that's pretty standard at this point. Jovan, you want to take a guess at who the 76ers played last night?
Go ahead and guess it was also the Raptors.
The same team they are playing tonight. So quick turnaround, back-to-back in this spot here. And last night, the Sixers were -1 in this game. They lost. They lost without Paul George. They lost without Embiid. Toronto was also without Brandon Ingram and RJ Barrett. So a lot of stars were out in this game. And who knows if those guys are going to play tonight? I don't really give a shit. It doesn't matter much to me. The fact that we're seeing the 76ers now -3.5 after they were -1 last night against the same team, and they lost. Crazy. That's crazy to me. I'm willing to roll the dice and bet on the team that lost last night. The second night, pretty even affair here. I like the Sixers, but I'd say both these teams are pretty equal. Both of them are overperforming a hair so far this season, exceeding expectations. I know Toronto's been pretty good org the last decade or so, to be honest with you. And Philly cannot really say much of the same, but their team on paper is pretty solid. I bet one of the 2 guys plays, either Joel or Paul George, maybe even both, after they both rested last night with some minor injuries that just came up yesterday. Kind of sounds like they just gave the veterans a rest on Sunday, and they'll be back today. I'm looking at the line. I'm thinking they'll probably be playing in this game. But if not, and they're still favorites on the roads, that might be even weirder. I might like that play even more. So, I'll go ahead and fade Toronto after they just beat this team last night. Go and give me the 76ers. Let's hope the Stars play. If they don't, we'll be okay. Lay it with Philly on the road here after they just played last night, lost, and are now a heavier favorite. Lock it in.
Shout the Sixers.
Shout the Sixers.
Goats.
Right?
Absolute goats.
Yep. And shout out UT Rio Grande Valley.
I mean,
Oh,
this could be game of night.
Okay.
People are saying Northwestern State, sneaky been playing really good basketball as of late. I don't know if you saw what happened on Saturday, but a pretty big upset win. They won on a crazy buzzer beater against Corpus Christi. So between that, they did beat New Orleans too a couple games ago, and sandwiched in between that, they lost at the buzzer almost at Nichols. That's a pretty big underdog. So like these are 3 really fucking good games that they've put back to back to back together, which is surprising, but does make a lot of sense when you look at the teams that they played. Shout out Corpus Christi and Nichols, who are certainly better teams than they are, but not huge teams. And I've always harped on it with New Orleans. New Orleans is extremely small. Northwestern State, if you watch them on the court, you will genuinely think they have no center out there. And the reason because their center is 6'6". And when you have UT Rio Grande Valley, who like their guards are not much bigger. Like a lot of their guards are super small, smooth shifty, super fast, but they have a legitimate guy that they're running their offense through in the middle of it. He brings up the ball a lot of the time, and he tries to be Jokic, which when they play as fast as they do, doesn't always help 100% of the time because he does have some turnover issues, but Northwestern State doesn't force them. The point being, Philip Brankovic is going to absolutely destroy anything their defense throws at them today, whether he's going to be super aggressive or maybe they double him because there's a size difference, a physicality difference. He's going to be everything for that team. So there's a big mismatch there. That kind of plays right into their hands. So I love to fade them. And I think the line's pretty weird, to be honest with you, for UT Rio Grande Valley being favored by -2.5 now on the road after, I mean, the 3 really good games that you've seen from Northwestern State. So they're winning by 3+ today.
Whoa. Jovan. Whoa.
Nah.
Drum just came in, dropped knock.
No.
25 subbies. Coming in from Drum, not 5, not 10, not 20. How about 25 subbies? Coming in from the GOAT Drum. Drum, we appreciate you, boss. You are so goated, my man. 25 of you guys in the chat just got a free sub from Drum. You better drop a W in the chat right now. Even if you didn't, be a team player. Don't be a me guy. Don't be Fernando Mendoza. Don't be Aaron Judge. And drop a W in the chat for Drum, who also resubbed himself. Drum, we appreciate you, Beast. That's some positive momentum our way. We needed that on a Monday afternoon. My goodness. Drum, you are him, my man. We appreciate you so much, bro. What do you want tonight? You need any winners? What sport? You let us know, bro. We got you covered. Drum, 25 units, man, on the subbies. Those do not grow on trees. Jovan, please. Sorry, he says. Jovan, please. What is he talking about?
He was chirping. Late nights, post NFL games.
Is that why he's dropping 25 units?
Probably is, yeah.
Okay.
Probably is.
W Drum, this is my first stream, and I got a free sub coming in from Guilin Games. W Guilin Games. Stay a while. Drop a follow. And I think you're going to like what you hear. All right? Dubs. He was dancing on Krabs' grave after a Packers loss. Deservingly so. Go ahead. I got no problem with people talking shit. They're on the right side.
Bears fans are allowed to chirp.
Packers was
went through a lot.
Shit wager. Go ahead and talk your shit. Shit wager. You were right. Okay? Good shit. Appreciate you, Drum. You're good at my man. 25 subbies is insane. Chat, be more like Drum. Okay, team player. Awesome. Jovan, UT Rio Grande Valley.
Goats.
They get it done tonight. Any other, nuggets you want to add, or are you good?
No, we're banking on Jokic tonight.
Okay.
Jokic, Brankovic.
All right.
Go.
Awesome. Good. Do me a favor, my man. Take me to the NFL. I have a feeling you'll be down for this play. Texans are not losing this game. Okay? They're not losing this game. They're covering the spread. We have not seen a lot of favorites. Wildcard weekend cover. Actually, the only one we have is the Patriots last night. Can't make it up. How am I sitting here as a contrarian, as a fade the public guy, as an underdog bettor, not making money this weekend when all the dogs barked except for one? I don't know, to be honest with you. It's actually impressive. A lot of sharp spots that simply just did not come through with favorites here this weekend, and that's why you shouldn't really take favorites that often, as I have three favorites on the card actually today, so can't make it up. But it could be a public Monday. And look, the Texans I don't think are even public, to be honest with you. I think the Steelers are a little public. I think they're a public dog in this spot. I think they're trendy. I think they're the easy-looking play in this game at home. Goots, correct me if I'm wrong here because I've said it wrong before. The Steelers have not lost a Monday Night Football home game in a long time. Long time. What is it, 23 straight in a row?
Something like that.
A lot of those were probably against the Ravens. I'm sorry, but they probably were. This team just does not lose at home. Well, they also haven't won a playoff game in, 9 years? Goodness gracious. So something has to give tonight. And I think it's the Texans laying 3 on the road, the sleepiest, sneakiest, least talked about team in the playoffs this year, the Texans, who down the stretch, is it fair to say they were one of the hottest teams in the NFL down the stretch? They might have been the hottest.
Yeah.
Their defense is one of the best, if not the best, besides the Seahawks in the NFL. Stroud did job. He actually played pretty good to close out the season. And I want in. Now, I do think this will be a nail-biter, a low-scoring affair. I don't think Stroud's going out there dropping, absolute knock. I don't. And I honestly think it might be more of a Woody Marks type of game tonight. And maybe you see some of the RBs get involved. Maybe they poach a couple touchdowns from Stroud, from Nico Collins. But I do think Nico grubs receiving yards-wise. Yeah. I think Stroud, he ain't losing this game. Seeing the Texans as a favorite on the road in a stadium in a place that has one of the best home field advantages in the sport with a Texans team that's not really respected much looks a little weird to me. Looks like some respect for the Texans at Heinz Field. I'm not calling it whatever the hell it is now, but at Heinz Field, That is a crazy number to be laying. Tonight we got Rav on Sweats. I'll be right next to him. He'll be in Quail shit, and I'll be there reaping the benefits.
I've guaranteed lay the Steelers wins.
Lay the 3.
Riley Leonard also did not put up 30 on this defense last week. I think that's I've seen that said 50,000 times. The starters were out of the game by the second quarter before even halftime. So, shit argument, horrible argument. I'm with you though.
Okay. Awesome. Yep, going late with the Texans. On the road, Jovan, close this out here, my man. You got one more play for the peeps.
Yep. Shout out whoever's talking in chat. The Jazz somebody said the Jazz might not score 80 in this game. You know what the total for this game is, Krabs?
I don't.
250.5.
Oh, I did see that. I didn't know it was that game. Crazy high total.
This game, and it makes sense because the Jazz, both these teams have been horrible defensively. Not to mention, shout out the guy in chat. How many times have the Cavs not let up 80 to anybody in the league? None. 0 times. That hasn't happened this year. They've also only given up. There's only been 3 times they've given up less than 100. But point being, the Jazz were on the opposite end of maybe the worst game in the NBA, worst performance in the NBA we've seen this year. Their last game, they lost 150-95 to the Charlotte Hornets.
Damn.
So maybe the most embarrassing performance of all. But now they get a spot where, like, Keontae George was horrible in that game. You haven't seen many performances like that because, as you know, he's been green and splooging for weeks now, for like a mainstay on the pop tab. And he had a horrible game, didn't get like max minutes. He only played like 25 or whatever it was because they're getting blown out. They lost by 55 or whatever it was, final count. Now you get a Cavs team that right now You know who their backcourt is, depending on like who's hurt, who's not for any given game. You have Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland. Then we go to the other guards: Sam Merrill, Craig Porter, Jalen Tyson.
Jalen Tyson.
Yeah. He's getting like real NBA minutes, and he's a solid offensive option.
Yeah.
All 5 of those guys cannot guard Goots.
Okay.
Hence why all guards are tearing them to shreds. And we'll talk about Keontae George a little bit later, but that's the only time the Jazz score points because they ain't doing it from really any of the low down options. Even like you talk Lauri Markkanen, he's not effective down low. They've been scoring from the perimeter for the entirety of it. So if you have a team that can't guard the perimeter, that's golden dog for the Jazz. So I think this is a perfect bounce back spot for their offense. I think obviously the total would indicate that. Yeah. I'm not reinventing the wheel by saying that, but have to back them after that. This is how I choose to do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm interested that you didn't just take this crazy high total.
Well,
but I get it.
The reason being the Cavs just played a game that had 280 points.
Yep.
The Jazz just gave up 150 points to the Hornets.
Yep.
I feel some splitting hairs that needed to be done.
Okay.
But the Jazz are scoring 120 plus.
Perfect.
Jovan, no one can guard me, not even LeBron.
Could be fair.
Oh, man. That might be the funniest shit I've heard all week. W's. W Goots. Appreciate you, boss. And W Drum again, 25 units, man. He might have broke the subbies because we have not seen one since. He might have broken them. W Play here. When's the last time we've seen a total at 250? Probably the Wizards a couple years ago.
No, there's been a couple this year, I think.
There's been a handful, maybe?
I think Heat Cavs was there. The Cavs
maybe
have probably
Pacers in recent years.
Probably had a couple. Yeah, okay. Pacers probably had some last year. Not this year.
They certainly don't grow on trees.
Yeah, I mean,
that's for sure.
They're not every day, but we've seen a couple.
The subs are fixed. We got Rigged Monkey getting involved. Rigged Monkey 69. Appreciate you chilling in the Twitch stream last night on Sweats. We're going to have Sweats again tonight with Rav running the point. W Rav, W Sweats, L Steelers, W Rigged Monkey. Appreciate you, Beast. Sade Whiteman getting involved, saying, hold my beer. I can't let Drum take all the credit here today. Sade coming in with a 5-unit whale. 5-unit whale for my guy Sade. Sade's got 5 on it. Literally. W Sade. Appreciate you, Beast. All right, let's talk about some squares. You guys ready? Chat, have you seen the CJ Stroud 1.5 pass rush receiving touchdown square? Do you remember what I said before this weekend? If the Brock Purdy one doesn't hit, if he goes more than, which he did at the end of the game, clutched up, shout out the 49ers as well, shout out Shanahan, and the Eagles are just so washed. Jalen Hurts is such a bad quarterback. Shout out Brock Purdy. He proved me wrong. I was on that less than. I told you guys, if that square doesn't hit, roll it over on CJ Stroud because those squares in that category are not going 2-0 to the more than. Don't think they ever have. I don't think they ever will. So CJ Stroud will be the guy that goes less than his 1.5 pass rush receiving touchdowns in a game with an extremely low total. Don't care how square it is. Points are going to be hard to come by in this game, and the Texans' defense is what's going to shine most in this contest against the Steelers, and they might make old man Aaron Rodgers hurt. He might have to go get back on the ashwagandha or whatever the hell it is, take a retreat after this game because he's going to be in some serious pain, and he certainly isn't rushing at all in this game. Jovan, I did not hear no bell. I'm going back to it. If this square gets bumped up to 1.5, I don't care. That's where it's out on the books, and it's juiced to the under. He ain't running. Not against this D-line. Are you kidding me? He might get hurt out there tonight. Not rooting for it. Never would, never have, never will. But I'm saying he needs to be careful out there. He needs to get the ball out quick in this game. No fluke shit. And look, Aaron Rodgers in the past was elusive. Aaron Rodgers in the past could make people miss, and he could go out there and get some serious rushing yards when the Packers needed them most. 2026 Aaron Rodgers, respectfully, he's slow as molasses. He ain't running. And he ain't out running this D-line for the Texans. So Aaron Rodgers, who has an extremely green square. Aaron Rodgers, who had a green square last week. And I faded. Took the less than on this. Jovan, he broke a 20-yard run in that game. Look, the vision is there. He knows what to do. His body just simply can't do it. He got lucky last week, put up a 20-piece. It's on the pop tab. Nobody's taking the less than except for us, and that's the exact spot we want to be in. Against this Texans defense, the second-best unit in the NFL. He's not getting a single rushing yard in this game. If he tries to run, he will get hurt.
Dude, Aziz will put him in the hospital.
He will get hurt.
He is
He needs to be careful.
The dirtiest
tonight.
player in football.
He needs to be careful tonight. Austin Rendy's coming in with a subby. W. Austin Rendy's. W. Austin Rendy's. And this is another reason, right, from Esto here. This might be his last game. He's leaving it all out there on the line. Again, if it's that easy, Esto, the books would be bankrupt. Prize picks would be down. They wouldn't have any coins. It's not that easy. It makes the square look super easy. And what do we do with easy squares, Esto? You know what to do, my man. You fade those puppies and you make coins, and they win 8 times out of 10. So
for what it's worth, too. I mean, I had 5U Max on Riley rented rushing yards. He only scrambled twice.
Yep.
They did not let him run a single bit.
Yep.
So, I mean, he thankfully, when he did run, it was for fat chunk yardage.
Yep.
But they did a fantastic job keeping him at the line of scrimmage. I can only assume with Aaron Rodgers, that's 10 times.
Sound the alarms. Trent has posted his play of the year, 20-unit Mortal Mega. Ring the bell. Any guesses? Ring the bell. Steelers. Wave the terrible towel.
Yeah, we knew that.
Wave the terrible towel. Trent on the Steelers. Good luck. Good luck. All right. Dubs. Yeah, sweating out with him and Rav tonight. It's going to be cinemas. My goodness. All right. Awesome. W squares from me. Jovan, I want to hear the sell jobs on Mr. Lane Nelson and Keontae George.
Lane Hudson is a defender on Montreal. Nikita Tolopilo, who's the goalie that's making the start tonight, coming up from the AHL. He's massive. I remember he made his debut. I forget what I took in that game, but I was watching it because it was against the Ducks earlier in the season, the first of like his 4 or 5 games. They were talking about how like the book on him is to just shoot a lot because he's 6'6". He's massive, but he's not incredibly mobile in the crease. So you can only assume that teams, just like the Ducks, who put up like 40 shots on him, are going to be pretty aggressive and kind of putting pucks on the net, especially coming off of a shutout. If there's a change in aggressiveness for hockey teams that I'm kind of expecting in a game, especially from a higher powered offense, I want it to come from the back. I want it to come from the defenders. I want guys like Lane Hudson to be super aggressive, putting the puck on the net. So I'm taking him for 2 tonight. I think him being aggressive also makes it a lot easier for, I guess, the top guys in those lines.
Yep.
So I'm taking him for 2. Then Keontae George didn't even take 2 threes last game. A little bit of that because he only played like 25 minutes because they're getting their shit pumped by the Charlotte Hornets of all teams.
Yep.
I talked about how bad the guard defense has been for the Cavs just because that's the cast of characters they're running out right now. He's going to be aggressive, and they've allowed like a shit ton of pull-up threes lately from like the higher usage guards. Like Ant, and you can go down the line. The people they've played like the past month, obviously different guys in the fold because of injuries, but squares up for a reason. It's one of the rest on the app for like the last 4 games. He's splooging tonight.
Okay. W sell jobs. W squares. Keontae George coming off of a bagel. Mr. Lane Hudson. Dripping 2.
Yep.
I'm in. W's. Chat, if you guys want to tail, I will drop the link here in 4 seconds. Okay? 1, 2, 3. How about 4? Gucci will drop that puppy in the YouTube as well. Tail that lineup. Let's smack a sharp report format. All right? Awesome. What are the odds the fade Krabs account is Trent? He blindly faded Krabs and can't do math. That sounds like someone else I know. Look, Trent might not be, the best grammatical speller of all time, but I think that account is being run by a guy who didn't even finish high school, to be honest with you, because they can't spell the word Pittsburgh. They cannot speak. And yeah, I cannot be worried less about that account and what they're doing. Not going to give them what they want.
That account posts way too much to be Trent anyway.
Yeah, for sure. And again, accounts like that, people like that, they want shout outs, they want engagement, they want me to get mad. I'm done giving it to them. I got to spend my energy elsewhere. And the people who run those accounts, it's weird. They're weird, and I don't want to be involved whatsoever. And the people trolling, let them troll. Let them talk. It's good for the engagement. I am done worrying about it. Done. I'm better than that. Let's move. W squares. Jovan, you want to head over to the association? Take a peep at some of these splits.
We can take a peep.
On Pikkit. W Pikkit. There was a Pikkit hat giveaway last night. W Pikkit. We appreciate you guys letting us do that. If you guys aren't using Pikkit Sports, figure it out. Okay? Dubs. Dudes, we got some splits up here for the NBA. Can we take a peep at the splits in the Jazz and Cavs first? It is first up there on the screen. Let's take a look. Let's take a look-see. People betting the under in this game.
Okay. People betting the under, dude.
Okay.
I was fully expecting that to be like 90% over splits.
You got to think, what would Gav do? Is the real question here, Jovan. What would Gav do?
I feel like he would take that over. That's why I'm surprised.
I disagree. I think the first thought for a square would be 250 points. The Jazz stink. How are they going to score? Wow. Give me the under. That's a lot of points.
Somebody literally did say that the Jazz weren't scoring 80 points in the chat earlier.
Because they suck.
Maybe you're right.
Who wants to take an over 250.5 involving the Jazz? It's one thing if it's the Celtics with Jason Tatum and the Lakers with LeBron. And there's a total that high, although it would never be because, those teams play a little bit more defense. Who wants to take an over 250.5 involving the Utah Jazz? Nobody.
Yeah.
That's why it's sharp. That's why people are betting the under. W play.
I think that team total might be my favorite play of the day.
Noted. Okay. Awesome. Love it. Let's look at the splits for the Sixers game, please. W Goots, W Pikkit. If you guys aren't checking Pikkit splits, what are you doing? Check these puppies out. Looks like people are taking. It's pretty even.
Pretty
split.
That game is it's a Krabs game.
Pretty split.
That's a terrorism game.
Pretty split.
That's nobody wants to bet that game.
Yeah.
Except Krabs.
I'll do it for him. Okay. Dubs. Any other NBA games you want to look at splits at? I honestly, the Nets and the Mavs under was another play I was eyeing. That's probably it for me, though.
Yeah.
I don't like anything else in other games.
I mean,
wow.
If it wasn't the Clippers, I would for sure be betting the Clippers.
Okay.
The Hornets Jazz game. Hornets just won by 55.
Oh.
With game of year. Probably the biggest win in the NBA this year, but the sharper the Clippers are, the more cake they are. So leaving them off in that bucket.
Yeah.
But if it was any other team, I'd be betting it.
Okay. Noted. And the splits on the total in Brooklyn, Dallas were pretty heavily skewed to the over. And that total's dropped 2 points. So if you're looking for another NBA play, I certainly co-sign that Nets and Mavs under 219.5. Looks pretty low. Everyone's nuking the over. Got some reverse line movement there, folks. Textbook reverse line movement. Right? Let's head to the ice, folks. We'll save the best for last. Do NFL last. Head to the ice. See what the splits are in the game Jovan has the over in. Let's check out the Canucks and Canadiens splits. People are betting the under a little bit. I consider that public for an under. Right?
Yeah, someone dropped a whale.
Someone dropped a whale on the under. Okay.
I'll tell you what is probably the most crabby looking play on the ice, as much as I hate to say it.
What?
Which I guess it might not even be the Flyers, even though in my head I think the Flyers probably win this game. The Lightning are playing the Flyers. It's like the Raptors situation. It's a rematch. They just played, I think it was on Saturday, and the Lightning had 7 goals before you could blink.
Yep.
And I believe Johansson is starting tonight, the backup goalie.
Yep.
So it's the under or the Flyers. It's something there. The under is probably the most crabby of plays, but I would be lying if I didn't think that back-to-back games against the Flyers is exactly where, I mean, the Lightning have been on an unbelievable streak for like the past 2 weeks. It's probably where it ends, or they at least have a little hiccup.
All right. See if there's any goals allowed squares in that game. They do have a decent amount of goals allowed squares up. Looks like they have Jonas up for 2.5 goals allowed. That's a pretty green chart. Wow. Okay.
Could be the Undy.
Could be the Undy. And you can't even take the Vladar less than, which is probably a good sign for the Undy as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that under.
Johansson, I guess, hasn't played in a while. He hasn't played since New Year's.
Yeah.
Full 2 weeks almost.
Damn. Okay. All right. I like that under. I'm trying to remember if there was any other plays on the ice that I was looking at. Not much that I liked.
Not too much.
There was, but
I mean the Sabres are unbelievably red hot W playoff bettors, so it makes sense in this context. But it is still absurd seeing them as a favorite over the Panthers.
Okay.
Especially with, Colton Ellis in that too. Not that he hasn't been more than decent in that, but
a lot of steam for Buffalo there.
Yeah, I don't know what the story is there, but I mean, shout out to Sabres for what they're putting together.
They're on
As
fire.
of late, it's one of the crazy stories in sports. I think it's not getting talked about very much, but still just insane seeing them as favorites at home against the defending back-to-back champs.
Okay. I'll tell you what other play is looking at me a little bit funny. It's Dallas flipping from a dog to a favorite late night on the road against the Kings, who are playing much better than the Stars of late. They've won 3 of their last 5. Stars have lost 4 of their last 5, and the Stars are catching steam. What's up with that?
Pretty interesting.
Right?
I will say the Kings are probably, which maybe not, because I think that was what you got your Jets win on. They hate sharp play.
Really?
They hate them. The Jets was like the shocking exception to that.
Okay.
But they hate them.
All right. That might scare me off. A square that I want to get involved with. It was not up earlier today, and if it was, it probably would have been on the Sharp Report. Curious on your thoughts on the Rangers versus Seattle. Jonathan Quick is up for 2.5 goals allowed. He's given up 10 goals combined in his last 2 games. He's given up 18 goals combined in his last 4 games. And Jonathan Quick is up for goals allowed square.
Well, Krabs, boy, do I have news for you.
Oh, boy.
Which, it wasn't him. Like, I get that part of it. But remember, I don't know if you saw, or actually it was him. Oh, my. What's his last bar say?
He gave up 6-piece to Boston.
So it wasn't that game. I knew it wasn't him the whole time. But that game, that was the game that the Bruins scored 10 goals over the weekend. Wow. So I knew it wasn't, I thought it was Spencer Martin for the whole game, but I didn't know that he was also a part of that.
Wow.
So, I mean, that was the most embarrassing defensive performance of the year for anybody in the NHL. So you probably want to add that or the team total under to your card.
I might rather just take the Rangers on the ML.
Yeah.
Getting knocked.
You could do that too.
Why do they open up minus 160 in this game against Seattle?
Pretty fat considering their dog meat
They're
at
playing
home
terrible.
too. I mean, the Kraken are fucking horrid, but I mean, with what they've done in MSG,
yeah, better record than the Rangers.
It's laughable.
Okay,
I think they only have like 5 wins or something at home all year.
Damn,
they're god awful.
That's crazy. If you would have told me that before the season, I would have laughed in your face. Typically dynamite at home.
Yeah, you won the Garden is a thing.
Huh?
Not this year.
All right. Yeah, add that Jonathan Quick less than 2.5 goals allowed square to my cards. And yeah, I might end up dabbling in that game. I like that team total under, which pairs perfectly with that Quick less than, right? Or maybe even just laying it with the Rangers on the ML. Seattle's catching steam. No shit. People are probably betting them. Seeing Seattle at plus chicken against the worst team at home in the NHL this year? Come on.
Kraken are also bad. So Devils comparisons in chat. You guys are morons because the Devils they're facing the Penguins. Penguins are one of the hottest teams in hockey. The Kraken are fucking terrible.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're 50-point team if that.
Yep.
So go ahead and take the Kraken and be in rat shit.
Rando, we are taking Aaron Rodgers less than half a rushing yard on Prize Picks. That is in the Sharp Report 4-man. If you guys want to tail that puppy, I will drop the link. Let's head over to college basketball on Pikkit. And while we do, while Goots makes some moves, did you see who's playing on Wednesday in college basketball?
No.
Getting ahead of myself here. The Hokies play on Wednesday.
Okay.
You know who they play?
Oh, that's here, isn't it?
They play at SMU.
Yeah.
We should go to that game.
Yeah, I'm busy that day. Sorry.
Kids.
You might have to go to that game.
Yeah, I'll be going to that game.
I sneak like the SMU stadium. I don't know if you've been there.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
ELC and Yale went. We sat like courtside.
Yeah. I didn't know. I think I went to that too. I don't know.
You were there with us.
I didn't know if you were there or not, but
it was sick.
Yeah, stadium's kind of cool.
I would love to go. I don't know how we got courtside seats. I got to talk to Yale, but yeah, I would love to get back in that arena. Big game for the Hokies. Sucks that SMU's coming off of back-to-back losses.
Yeah, and
they're probably going to be unranked.
Hokies coming off a pretty big emotional win.
Yeah, huge win.
It could be fade spot of the year.
I dare you. Do it. Love to see it. It's honestly probably free. Hoopy Miller versus Ben Hammond going to be cinema saved. Cinema. Get to see me guy Neo in person. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god,
dude!
See Luca.
We get to see Goots guy Amani Hansberry in person.
Is Toby Lawal's got to be playing, right?
He played great last game against Cal.
NBA talent in person.
Yep.
Huge.
Couple NBA talents.
Couple NBA talents. Yep. Groupie is an all-time name. Yes, he's an all-time player. If you guys have not watched him play, he's him. I don't know who the heck on our team's going to cover him. That's for sure. Probably nobody. Go ahead and put down Boopy more than points for Wednesday night. Okay? Yeah, we might have to go to that game.
Yeah, lace him up.
Okay?
We even get Trent to go on that game, and he'll be there to take SMU for you.
Brother, he ain't going to that game.
He might be going to that game. Like, it's not far. He would never make a trip to his own school in Fort Worth because it's a little further, but SMU is not too far from his place.
What's in it for Trent going to the SMU game?
He gets to root on your downfall. It's everything to do.
Ooh, okay. Maybe he will go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will be there. I'm going to try to assemble a team. Also, we got the card show coming up this weekend. Going to go meet James Wood. I spent $500 on a jersey and tickets to get a picture and auto for Mr. James Wood this weekend. So I wish you guys got, held up your end of the bargain here and dropped some more subbies, or else I'm not going in full uniform. So we're still like 347 subs away. I'm willing to extend that to Sweats tonight and today. If you guys get us to 1,500 subs, if we get 337 more subs, I will go in full baseball uniform. I will drive to Dick's Sporting Goods, and I will get a full baseball uniform. I'll bring my glove, and I will go meet James Wood, and I'll get a picture with him. Okay?
That'd be so funny.
Okay?
Need Krabs in baseball pants.
Yep.
Going up to James Wood.
I'll go buy some stirrups. I'll wear some stirrups to go meet James Wood. Yep. Used to be a big stirrups guy in high school. Bring them back.
Stirrups.
All right. Can we check the splits, if they even have any splits in South Carolina State? Can we check those splits, Gootsy?
Dude,
I'd be pretty impressed if anybody on this planet
gotta be like 5 bets
has locked in a wager on this game. Oh my
Honestly,
God.
That's probably a lot
There's more money than I thought. Yep.
There's not much to pick from tonight. So
look at the public dog on Coppin State here.
240 bets.
Public all over Coppin State. Hopping all over those dogs.
Nuts.
Sure. That smells like cake. Great spot, chat. Great spot here for South Carolina State. Okay. What about UT Rio Grande Valley?
That might have even less bets. Where's Slate we got? Not even cracking 100. Somebody did drop a slight whale, though. I guess there's one on both VML and the spread, both ways. Not telling us too much.
Okay. All right.
Could be game of the night, though.
Can we check the splits in the Navy American game, a game that nobody's talking about? It's probably the game of the night. It might be the game of the week.
Hecky.
The rematch of the Patriot League Championship from last year. Navy is a favorite on the road. Navy's getting bet. Navy's a much better team this year. They have the best player on the floor in Big Netty. And I like them to win and get their lick back. Americans smacked them around in the conference championship last year. Navy ended up finishing in second. Their coach retired. They got a couple of the same guys back. Give me the midshipmen on the road as favorites. If they're public, I don't care. People probably haven't even heard of the school American. And they certainly don't know that their basketball team is semi-decent. So, go ahead and give me the midshipmen here on the road as favorites when they lost and got spanked by American the last time they played in this arena, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a redemption spot.
Redemption spot for Navy. Pretty close game as well. They could sleep in their own beds last night and bus on over to Washington, D.C. Game of the week.
Surprised you haven't declared the slate of year yet.
No, it's not. I can't even, excuse me, I can't even joke about that. I can't even joke about that. It's actually that bad. Where does Pikkit get their splits info from? Is it people in their app? Yes. So when people log their bets, it tracks all the action overall for people who have synced their bets to the book. So at least you know where the data is coming from. It might not be the biggest pool of money or bets, but again, all these other websites that you got to pay for, you have no clue if those splits are true. You got no clue if the data is right, accurate. You have no idea where it's coming from. You have no idea what their intent is, right? What their goal is. We know that Pikkit is a third party that does not care what the heck the splits say. They just show them. That's why we love Pikkit. Might not be the biggest sample size data, but at least we know it's accurate, it's true. And especially for big games like tonight, we're about to look at the Houston and Steelers game. I'm very curious to check these splits out. They'll be over $1 million on that puppy already, and most people don't bet until right before kickoff. Okay, so these big games do have a decent sample size, and they're certainly worth looking at, taking a peep at. So yeah, even if you don't want to track your bets on Pikkit, which by the way, that's stupid, you should still use Pikkit to check the splits and the data. Okay? Dubs. Any other college basketball games you want to check splits for?
Can't say I have too much.
Bethune.
Maybe a little. Oh, yeah, Bethune does play today. Take a peep at Bethune. Bethune, maybe Sela. Take some peeps.
Yeah.
Bethune Southern, game of decade.
Surprised you're not more bricked up for the Southland slate today.
I'm pretty bricked up. There's a lot of very sketchy games.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, Sela, also one that's included. Kind of feels the same as UTRGV.
Huh.
But Bethune is kind of good.
Yeah, they are.
We let them squeak for a little bit now.
Okay.
After their non-conference slate, but for them.
It might be them. It might be them. All right. What other Southland game you want to look at here before we head over to the NFL?
Quick peep at Sela, New Orleans right there.
Let's go take a peep at Sela's. Sure. W. McKiffin as well.
Sure.
In the chat. We appreciate you, boss. Dubs. Sela.
I mean, both games kind of feel the same, so maybe you don't get both. I feel a little better about UTRGV, but
okay.
I mean, same thing. New Orleans has also been playing really good because they've run into great matchups.
Yeah.
They're super small too. Sela's a lot bigger of a team, a lot more physical of a team. W matchup, weird line movement a little bit. Feels pretty much the same to me. Except they're a little more public from these bets as a dog.
Yeah. You're right. Okay. This game is not moving needle for me. I'll say it. Let's go take a peep at the NFL game tonight. Let's give the people what they want. Let's check out the splits in the Steelers and the Texans game. Please show me a public dog. Oh, boy. Spread's a little public.
Pretty close.
ML is not. I mean, when's the last time we've seen an ML in the NFL favorite not be public?
Yeah. Doesn't really
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Too many lays.
So not too surprised there. We are seeing a decent chunk on the ML for the Steelers there at 33%, 35%. And then if you look at the splits for spreads, Steelers are a little public.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Lines up.
Very curious to check this puppy by the time we get to kickoff. Also, the under does look a little easy and pretty public as well. Not saying I'm fading it. Not saying it doesn't hit. It's still an under. We still saw a lot of overs this weekend. Obviously not that game last night, but I still lean under as well. But I won't be betting it looking at these splits. Okay?
Yeah.
How many bets are involved right now, Goots? Over $1 million already? Scroll up a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh, almost $4 million. Already tracked on Pikkit, and by the time we get kickoff, it'll probably be closer to 10. Okay? Retro Sticks, we did already go over the prize pick squares we like for tonight. They're scrolling across the bottom ticker. Okay, I am on Aaron Rodgers, less than half a rushing yard. I'm on CJ Stroud, less than 1.5 pass rush receiving touchdowns. By the way, they already put up a Brock Purdy 1.5 pass rush receiving touchdown square on that category for this weekend. It's already up.
Nah.
It's already up. It's already marinating.
Nah.
It's completely green. And then Jovan is on Lane Hudson, more than SOGs, and Keontae George, more than 2.5 3-pointers made.
Yep.
Okay. If you want to tail that sharp report 4-man, boom. Boom. There it is.
Boom.
There it is. All right. Awesome. Love it. Yeah, all three unders did hit yesterday. That's a good point. Can't believe the Bills and Jags game squeaked under by 0.5 point. Good call.
Insane squeak.
Good call. Yep, that's why you bet unders. That's why I bet unders, chat. Because people out there just blindly take the over. Half the buddies in my group chat from college, they just blindly bet overs because they want to root for fun. They don't give a fuck. If it's sharp, they don't care. They're betting on their rooting interest. Like 80% of people do. And that's how the books are making money. So if you're putting your money on an over, you better be damn sure it's hitting. Especially in an NFL game because the odds are stacked against you. Literally and figuratively. Okay? That being said, the game tonight just went over. Okay. Yep. Love the Texans -3 tonight. That's my play of the day in this NFL game. Ice cold on the books right now. So let's hope we can turn that around tonight. Okay? What else, Gootsy? What else, Jovan? Anything else you want to check out? Maybe scroll down here a hair and check out the top props for this game.
Check out Prize Picks as well.
Nico Collins, touchdown. Oh, boy.
Yeah, Nico. He will be scoring.
DK Metcalf will probably not be scoring.
Yeah. I mean, something's got to give there. Every Steelers fan has said the same thing. Said they're winning. Said DK anytime. DK yards. So which is going to be the cake?
What's up with all the Kenneth Gainwell love? He's having a great year, but
dude, he's been CMC.
Somebody put $100
last couple
on him
weeks.
to win the Super Bowl MVP.
He's had like
That's all.
7 catches, it feels like, every game for the past
DK
month.
went out too. I mean, he was just getting peppered with passes. He's literally CMC. He might be better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still would probably say the same thing as I did 2 weeks ago, I think it was. Or maybe it was the Steelers Sunday night game against the Ravens. But I think Warren receiving has a lot more value than Gainwell, personally.
Yep. Brad, what's up, brother? How we doing? What do you got for me, Beast? Best 2 players on the field are the kicker.
Honestly, yeah. This is an all-time kicking matchup. Boswell gets his respect as a GOAT. Fairbairn does not get his respect.
Yep. Rav, first off, I know Gainwell's been splooging. Okay, I'm talking about what's up with Gainwell touchdown being on the popular prop market here on Pikkit. Okay? I know he's been splooging. Okay, he's been a receiving machine. All right. Krabs, please make the Texans a 5-unit whale so we can ensure a Steelers W. Cool. Let's move on. Let's take a peep at Prize Picks. To show the people a square that I'm liking on the ice that I talked about earlier. Can we get some eyes on Jonathan Quick? Less than 2.5 goals allowed for the peeps. Get some eyeballs on it. Look at it. Check it out. Feast your eyes. You're telling me that square is going more than chat? Come on. You're better than that. You are better than that. Okay? He's going less than. Put the square in something. Less than 2.5 goals allowed for Mr. Jonathan Quick.
Yeah, he's going to be dialed in.
Any other squares, Jovan, that you were thinking about taking, you wanted to bring up? I kind of want to fade that Brandon Hagel 0.5 point.
Hagel?
He's been cracked.
Timmy, dude.
Yep.
Shout out Hagel.
Like the under in that game, though.
Yeah, we do like the under in that game. I worry about, I guess, the lighting being ones. And like low-scoring games where they look like dog shit, it's always the Hagels. And Hagel's been a GOAT, don't get me wrong, but it's never the Kucherovs scoring in the game.
Yep.
So I wonder. It's going to be one of those, but I get your point.
Okay. What about NFL? Dudes, you got a POD square?
Rab posted something about Rab's trying to get cute with his defensive squares.
Ooh.
And apparently he wants to take Patrick Queen. There's so many categories here, I can't even find it. Wow. But yeah, I'll fade that. Patrick Queen's a bozo.
Patrick Queen.
Shit player.
Okay. Dudes, you got a POD in this game on the books.
The under.
Wow.
There's no way this over hits. I'm sorry. There's just zero way.
All right. I cannot believe you didn't say Texans.
You want me to be honest here or let my bias show?
It's a win-win, and you could pick.
Okay. I mean, I think it's Steelers win this game.
What?
No.
I do. But I'm not going to bet that. I'm not going to bet that.
Steelers fans and
You think
Goots.
the Steelers win this game?
I do. Maybe I'm doing this for alternative reasons. Maybe I'm doing this because I'm just trying to be smart here.
Ahead of it.
Maybe.
Right? So you're not pissed after the game?
Yep.
Okay. You, Trent, Rav, consensus quake on the Steelers.
I won't be betting them.
Okay,
and
thank
I
you for
still
clarifying, because that was my next
very
question.
much hate the fucking Steelers.
Okay.
But I'm just giving you my honest opinion here.
And I appreciate that.
Chat deserves that.
Yep, they do. They do. Utes, dual-wheeled PODs, Steelers +3.
Nope. The under.
The under.
The under's hitting. The offenses are going to look like shit.
Steelers ML?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely the fuck
Two
not.
PODs +3 in the under. Got it.
Nope.
Perfect.
The under.
Awesome. Wow, dual-wheeled PODs from Goots. You don't see that very often.
Don't see those too often.
Skywalker, go ahead and write those ones down. Appreciate you. W Goots. Appreciate the honesty. Okay? Awesome.
Alternative motives to that chat.
Yep. Okay. Any other squares up for the NFL that are looking at you funny? CJ Stroud more than rushing yards.
Of course.
Kind of want to fade Kenneth Gainwell after that Rav comment in the chats.
Stroud will indeed be running. And Nico will be mocking.
They had a Rodgers pick square up, and he hasn't thrown a pick in millenniums.
Really?
And he is notorious for not throwing picks, right? That's kind of his staple, is that Aaron Rodgers never throws picks, right? They had a normal pick square up and the chart was red. Now it's gone. Now they only have a 1.5 pick square demon. So what does that tell you?
Tell you what it tells me in one quick second here. Ooh, you're still under on the Bucks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Probably should be.
Probably should. I wouldn't think you're not going to beat the Texans down the field. Like he's going to have to dump off a billion times in this game. Like it's going to be a tight ends. It's going to be running backs.
Yep.
And Chow Warren. Rather take him than Gainwell.
Okay.
But you're not going to challenge them down the field. Can't.
Right.
Especially with these wide receivers, even with DK back.
Brad likes Stroud to throw a pick. I do as well. Looking at that chart for sure. I could see a Stroud pick helping this game go under, unless it's, on his own 25-yard line. I could see it. I did like that Rodgers pick, but it's gone. Very juiced to the under. Maybe it's a good thing. It's gone. Okay. Let's check out the pop tab. Anything else up here looking at you funny? You do like Nico Collins to pop off today. I'm sure the chat wouldn't mind taking a Nico Collins play. It makes a little bit more sense to people's brains. What would you take if you were going to take a Nico square?
I mean, I would take his yards because he, even in like shortness of target, he's a splash play guy, not a volume guy. I will I'll still say this. I've said this all year. The best bet for Nico Collins almost every single week, if you do think he's going to have a good game, is his longest reception because he gets yards, not volume. But I think there is probably a reason that they played the game last week. They rested the starters like in the second quarter eventually. There's only one guy who they rested for the entirety of the game and did not suit up at all. You think it was to not throw him the ball in this game? I don't think so.
Can I make a point?
What?
Last week, the Steelers' safeties got cooked. I mean, there was massive big throws by Lamar all across the field. I feel like safety's probably going to play back a little bit this week. I feel like he could be some volume guy this week. I don't know what his receptions are at, but I mean, they're going to prevent the big play.
Is that a normal square?
Better than Peepaw, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Might be onto something there, dudes.
It could be.
Another square I like, Jovan was talking about, it's going to be tough for Pittsburgh to stretch the field in this one against that Houston secondary. I agree. And who's the guy who stretches the field for this dog shit receiver room? Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Well, I would have thought the same thing, and I thought so last week. Didn't fade him or anything, but it was the reason why I was a little scared to take him. Rodgers was throwing him quick screens and quick slants the entire game.
Okay.
So like maybe it's because he's his guy. He's like one of the few guys in that wide receiver room he's familiar with.
Yeah.
And maybe he doesn't have to do that now that DK's back as much, but I'd be a little concerned. I hate fading Rodgers' guys.
Okay.
Especially in like this game.
That's fair. Would you consider Adam Thielen one of Rodgers' guys?
No.
Okay.
He can be faded.
Because there's no way these weird Steelers squares that are all very green from the last couple games, especially last week, there's no way all these turn green.
Yeah. If you're fading anybody, I think Thielen is the clear
That's the one to do. He
Yeah.
did get bumped up from 11.5 to 12.5. We'll see where it ends up closing, but I wouldn't mind fading any of those guys.
That could be that looks like Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yep.
You could get his reception.
Big name guy, people are comfortable with, doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Chat, you guys ready for a squad ride poll? How are you guys feeling? You feeling sharp? You feeling prepped for this game tonight? Hope so. All right, let's lock in. Goots, do me a favor. If you're around, if you're local, run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. Much like the plays this weekend, bad start to the year for squad rides. Just like last year, we got to nip this in the bud. We cannot let this go on any longer. I don't want to play catch up the whole year like we had to do in the Big 2-5. So let's bounce back with a squad ride W for tonight. We are 2-4 in January, 2-4 in the Big 2-6. Got to be better than that. And I think it starts out with South Carolina State money line.
Sure.
I really do.
Sure.
Why is this team favorites on the road? I don't know. Let's find out. You said your favorite play is the Jazz team total over?
Yeah.
Put it in.
Shout out the Jazz.
Let's put it in. You want to put the system play on the ice in here?
Also do, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. We could ride with this. If we put the Texans in, it's going to win because chat doesn't pick their favorite play. They just pick the game they want to watch the most.
Yeah,
it's really annoying because I beg them every single time. Please do not just pick the game that you want to watch the most. Please, please, please. But they don't listen. They do what they want. I think we ride with this. 76ers, there could be some fluke shit with people getting, ruled out.
Yeah.
Pretty confident in the Sixers, but I don't want to have any fluke shit.
Fair enough.
And then the Texans, I think we leave it out because the chat will just vote for that no matter what because it's the NFL game tonight. So I think we lean on you after not your best day on Friday. We lock in 2 of your plays on the Jazz team total over and the Canucks Canadians over. And we throw in my nasty college basketball play, South Carolina State.
I'm in.
You in?
I'm so in on that.
Chat, 3 plays, 3 winners, 5 minutes. 3 plays, 3 winners, 5 minutes. Hurry up, go, 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 go. 5 minutes, 3 plays for the Squad Red poll tonight. South Carolina State on the money line against Coppin State in Maryland. We got the Jazz team total over 117.5 and the Canucks Canadians over 6.5. 3 plays, 3 winners. Get your votes in. Click on the play that makes your stomach hurt. Not your favorite sport. Not at the time you can watch it after work or after you go to the gym. Click on the play that makes you sick. Click on the play that you probably like the least. Click on the play that's the nastiest, weirdest looking play, the grossest play. You go, that's a vintage BTL play. No reason why that hits, and that's exactly why that play is going to hit. Take the nasty play that makes your stomach absolutely fucked. Take that play. Take the play that messes you up. Okay, take the play that you're like, why do we want to take this? That's the one that's hitting. You got 3 of those today. You got South Carolina State on the ML. You got the Jazz team total over in a game with a total of 250. Give me a break. Someone in the chat said they're not scoring 80 points earlier today. Come on now. And the Canucks Canadians over after back-to-back bagels.
Big way.
Bagels from both sides.
Big way.
3 plays, 3 winners. Get your votes in. Hurry up. Go, go, go. These plays are going 2-1 or better. Weed out the cake for us, will you? Please. Lock in here. We appreciate you guys. Get those votes in. Get those votes in. Get those votes in. 3 plays, 3 winners. Goots, what are you voting for, brother?
South Carolina State.
Wow.
CBB always tickles Goots' jam.
Wow. Nasty, nasty, nasty.
Nasty. Can already hear the comment from Trent now. How the fuck this game get on TV?
Nasty, nasty, nasty. Get those votes in chat. South Carolina State on the ML. Jazz team total over in a game with a crazy high total. And the Canucks Canadians over 6.5. Hurry up, go, go, go. Get them in, get them in, get them in. We'll drop the links one more time in the YouTube and the Twitch. Don't just sit there, please. Out of respect, don't do it for me. Don't do it for Jovan. Do it for Goots. Okay, do it for Goots. He's working his butt off over there. Click on the link. Don't be a me guy. Don't be Fernando Mendoza. Don't be Aaron Judge. And click the link. It takes 3 seconds to click a link and click a button. It really does. It could not be easier, guys. Please get involved. We should have hundreds, plural, votes. Not 100. We should have hundreds, plural. Okay? Get involved, get involved, get involved. McKiffin says hockey total is tickling Jim for him. Sure. Whatever plays turning green. Downside. Come on, man. Don't just sit there. Don't be a me guy. Lock in a vote.
Get in.
Lock in a vote. Samurai says 250 is insane for the Cavs game. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Pretty high, yeah.
Insanely high total. Okay? Get those votes in. You guys got 1 minute left. Plenty of time to still head over there and lock in your squad ride votes. All right? You're not a me guy downside. You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right. Krabs, why do you hate on guys who are genuinely good athletes? Big Cheesy, why do you care? Why does that upset you enough to put that in the chat? Legitimately asking. I'm hating on a guy who pulled a me guy move. It's my opinion, like you have your own opinions. Why do you care? Oi. Big Cheesy always got something to say, man.
Oi.
Always got something to say. All I want to do is go to the Big Cheese downtown Annapolis and get a big old Sammy with Big Cheesy, but not with this attitude. Not with this attitude. We're not taking any field trips.
Not
right?
a field trip in sight. Come
on. Like, what are we gaining from that chat? Give me a break. W subbies today. Again, Drum, we appreciate you, boss. Coming in here, dropping Nuck with a 25 sub whale. My goodness. You're goated. Okay? Drum F, You're the man. Rigged Monkey, Sade Whiteman is always getting involved with the subbies. We appreciate you greatly, my man. We will have night sweats tonight. Okay, watch Rav in Urine live on stream. We'll be there. Hopefully, we're not square. And sweating out the Steelers and Texans game tonight. Going to be cinema. If it's anything like the majority of these wildcard games, besides the last night's snoozer, the Chargers-Patriots, it's probably going to be a pretty good game. Okay, it's been a great wildcard so far. Goots, what do we got for the squad rides?
Jazz team total.
Jazz team total over. Heading to the NBA in a game with a total of 250.5. We're taking Jovan's favorite play. I am so in.
Yes.
I am so in. All right, let's cash this puppy tonight. Everybody in here better be tailing and tailing responsibly as Drum F closes us out with another 10-unit subway. Are you kidding me?
Back in good graces.
Are you kidding me? My goodness.
So
Drum F getting involved with another 10-unit whale. Let's go, Drum. Appreciate you, boss. You're him. Thank you, Drum. Hope you have a great night tonight. If you need any help on the slate or have any questions, hit the DMs. We got you, bro. Gave so many subbies today. Okay? Awesome. Chat, we appreciate you guys. All right? We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. We'll catch you on